Hey everyone, in this video today I'm going to show you what it's like to ski in Switzerland in Engelberg, and I'm going to Brunni in particular. After stopping at the Engelberg stop, we can see these beautiful mountains surrounding us. Walk through the train station and you see the signs for Brunni and Titlis. We're going to be on the Brunni side. I believe the bus was every 15 minutes. It allowed me enough time to take a look at the surrounding town for a bit until the bus came. Took this 303 bus to Brunni and Neuschwanstein. Straight ahead from the stop, you can see that's where we get tickets. Okay, so I'm here, have the snowboard ready right here. Also rented the boots. So now I'm just waiting in line at this place, and we're gonna get the ticket to go up. Alright, past the turnstile, and now we're about to enter the cable car. As we take the cable car up, you can see the green run. There are 2 lifts and a mat that allow you to go skiing if you're a beginner. The cable car gives you a pretty nice view of the Titlis side, which is out in the distance, although you can't see Titlis itself. And you also get a nice view of the town down below, Engelberg. After that cable car ride, you can see that there's one more cable car ride to get much higher into the mountain. This first stop will take you to Ristis, and this particular place has beautiful views of the mountain, as well as its own little hut and a snow park. Alright, so we're here at the top, but there's still another lift to go up, so we're going to go there. Ristis is the base of another set of runs, so you do have to take this cable car up to Brunni at 1,860 meters. Prior to going up these lifts, you do have to scan through a gate like this, and you also have to scan to go down as well, so make sure you don't lose that card. Next, hop onto this moving ramp, and then wait until the lift takes you away. Upon getting on the lift, make sure you pull down the handlebar. That's one thing I didn't do, and people behind me started yelling at me to do so. Okay, most of the people here are skiers. It's a pretty narrow run right here.
Here we go.
And now I've made it to Brunni at 1,860 meters.
Alright everybody, look at this. We're on the sunny side of Mount Titlis, called Brunni. We're about to embark on this run over here. Up here you have Schonegg, which goes a lot higher. And it looks like you need to have skis to go up there. Look at those people getting some mad speed.
And over here, that brown building is a nice rest area with some beautiful views. While going downhill, I encountered plenty of sledders. They appeared to be having a great time, and I wish I tried this before leaving. So now we're making our way down the mountain. I do notice that the run is a bit steep. I'm used to the slopes in California on Mountain High, specifically the blue ones, because I'm more of a intermediate run kind of person. The feel of this, you do have some hard-packed areas, but you do have plenty of powder as well. I'd say the powder was about 4 inches thick in some areas, some would be as thick as 8 inches. Generally, you can get good speed going down these runs here.
That's what I was talking about, guys. I don't know how to make it past that ramp because it goes kind of uphill. Well, there's a first for everything, right?
As an intermediate snowboarder, I'm going to admit that taking this particular turn was intimidating for me, especially seeing that you could potentially drop off right there. Yet I was so mesmerized by that run that I took that same run and turn at least 5 more times. From the top of Brunni, there is a second path that you can take, and at the bottom of this turn here is where that second path crosses with the first path, which is what I'm on here. Once again, it's a bit steeper than I'm used to, but I was able to get down, especially after running this around 12 times throughout the course of the day.
Making our way down without falling. Oh yeah!
So out there in the distance, you can see the hut where Ristis is located, just over that hill. If you do turn right at the bottom, you're able to go back and then run this again. If you go up over there, you're able to go back to the bottom of the mountain. So now that we've done the top of the mountain, I'm riding the cable car back down so we can see the green run. So this is the lift for the green run. On the left side you do have a faster one, and on the right side you have a slower one. I initially tried the faster one and the results didn't go well.
Oh, how does it work? Oh, sorry, I don't know how it works.
It's maybe a little bit too early for this lift.
I'm sorry?
First time snowboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, other side.
Okay.
She's intermediated lift.
Idea is not to sit down.
So the European ski lift for the easy one, I wasn't able to get on it at first, so I fell down right in front of everybody. But for people riding snowboards, you stick this right between your crotch like this, and then just go up. And then I just ride on the board until I get to the top. Let's go see. Have to kind of steer the board a bit. All right, those lifts were really difficult for me. I almost hit the pole in the middle 3 times, so I'm glad I had a helmet. You do kind of have to steer in. And for planting my feet on the board, I had to have one here. Most of the time I had to steer this way to try to avoid hitting the poles and stuff. But now we're at the top, which is good. Let's go.
So I'm personally glad that I went all the way up first to the intermediate side and then after that went to the beginner run, because if I went to the beginner run first and fell off the lift, that would have been disappointing and I probably wouldn't want to do anything for the rest of the day. But here we go. Now I can just go down this green run with some ease compared to going down the run at the top of the mountain. Over my time here, I could say that I've fallen at least 10 times on the slopes, especially on the steeper sides. But of course, I just got back up and continued. And as a beginner/intermediate snowboarder who has done this for around 4 years, I'm pretty glad that I got my runs in on the California mountains and the other easier mountains prior to going to this one. It made it much more fun being able to go down the mountains and still have a challenge while doing so, and then face some fears while going down. I believe that it was totally worth it going up all the way to the top. If you do have the opportunity, make sure you get your runs in at cheaper mountains before you go up to Switzerland and try the more daring mountains. With all of that said, I am glad I went to Brunni rather than Mount Titlis. Someone else explained to me that Titlis is actually much harder than Brunni, so if you're a beginner/intermediate, come over here first. And now with that said, I actually made it all the way to 4 p.m. and I got to see these paragliders come right off the mountain with their skis still on. Can you imagine that? Also for rentals, at the very bottom of the mountain, I went to Intersport Ackerman, and I was able to just return my snowboard here rather than take a bus into the town and return it elsewhere. So here it is, snowboard, boots, and helmet. I believe this was 65 Swiss francs for the day. Totally worth it. And I was able to park my shoes right under one of these benches. And at the end of the day, my shoes were still here. Also, if you return your ski pass back, you get 5 Swiss francs back in your pocket. Just bring it back to the front desk. Okay, so there you have it. That's what it's like to snowboard in Engelberg, particularly on Brunni. Now it's time to go back to the main station, using bus 303 to Bahnhof Titlis. And there you have it. Now we're back in town. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.